Imagine a doomsday device that could capture the sun's entire output and focus it into a 1-meter beam aimed directly at our planet. This terrifying hypothetical scenario asks a simple question. What happens next? First, let's acknowledge the obvious. If you were standing at ground zero, your end would be instantaneous. You wouldn't be burned or vaporized in any conventional way. Instead, the laws of biology would cease to apply to you, replaced by the unforgiving rules of pure physics. You would simply be unmade. To grasp the scale, consider this. In a full day, Earth only receives about 0.004% of the energy our sun produces every second. This beam would concentrate all that solar power, which is nearly 2 billion times the normal amount, onto a single square meter. The moment this colossal energy weapon struck our atmosphere, it would superheat the air to millions of degrees in an instant. This creates a rapidly expanding bubble of plasma. That plasma would unleash a blinding torrent of X-rays. These X-rays would then irradiate the surrounding air, creating even more plasma, though slightly cooler. This secondary plasma would then radiate immense heat as infrared light. The combined radiation would incinerate everything for thousands of kilometers, scouring the Earth's crust like a cosmic blowtorch. But our planet is vast. Surely people on the opposite side would be safe from the immediate blast, right? They would be, for a moment. But their fate is already sealed. So, what terrifying phenomenon would reach them first? The answer, incredibly, depends on the time of day. Either a deadly twilight or a lethal moonbeam. Normal twilight occurs when light from the unseen sun scatters through the upper atmosphere. In this scenario, the beam's impact would flood the atmosphere with every form of radiation. A portion of this energy, trapped by our atmosphere, would begin racing around the planet. The world would be engulfed by a searing, planetary dawn. This wave of heat and light would boil the oceans and cook the surface as it passed. Worse, the initial impact would eject a massive plume of vaporized Earth into space. This debris cloud would act as a giant mirror, reflecting lethal infrared radiation back down, even over the horizon. How fast would this global firestorm propagate? It depends on complex atmospheric physics, but there's another, faster killer. If the moon were visible, it might deliver the final blow. The moment the solar beam activated, the moon would go dark, its sunlight stolen. But then, the brilliant flash from Earth's obliteration would illuminate it. The light reflecting off the moon's surface, a kind of second-hand apocalypse, could be intense enough to burn you alive. You would die by moonlight, just before the incendiary twilight arrives to deliver one last, fatal sunrise. Is there any hope? Perhaps a slim one. If the focusing mechanism couldn't track a moving target, Earth's orbit would carry it out of the beam's path in about 7 minutes. The surface would still be sterilized, the atmosphere partially stripped away, and all life extinguished, of course. If you enjoy exploring these mind-bending scenarios, please hit the like button for Winds of Thought. The bulk of our planet might survive, but it would remain as a scorched monument to a truly terrifying idea. Your last sunrise would be your final one.